This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you in part by Telex, the interconnection company, owners and operators of 56 Marietta, the most network-rich co-location facility in the Southeast. Tag TV and Tag Radio. Technology now has a voice of innovation and information. Get it on www.tagtvonline.com. The Southeast Interactive Entertainment and Game Expo, SIEGE, has already established itself as the largest video game conference of its kind in the Southeast. It all started in 2007, and this year it promises to be even bigger, more exciting, and more informative than ever. Nearly upwards of 1,000 registered or attendees are expected, plus an unknown number of public guests and, of course, those attending the college and career fair. Operated by the Georgia Game Developers Association and staffed almost entirely by volunteers passionate about the growth of the industry in Georgia. Held this year at the Crown Plaza Atlanta, Perimeter Northwest, the SIEGE begins Friday afternoon, October the 3rd, and continues through the late afternoon of Sunday, October the 5th. From opening party to distinguished keynotes, countless breakout sessions, and those crucially important meet-up networking opportunities. This year promises to be the ultimate venue for professional growth and collaboration, business opportunities, venture capital, angel investors, and of course a showcase for Southeastern companies. Greetings everyone, it's Tuesday, September 22nd, 2009, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. Get ready, members of the interactive entertainment and gaming world. The time has come again to SIEGE Atlanta as we meet the director of the Southeast Interactive Entertainment and Gaming Expo, Andrew Greenberg. Best known for designing computer and role-playing games, Andrew co-created the Fading Suns game and was the original developer of White Wolf's Vampire the Masquerade. He has credits on more than 50 gaming products and more than 20 HDI books. A fellow with the Mystic Imagination Institute, Andrew regularly writes about gaming and the gaming industry for a diverse spectrum of industry-related publications. SIEGE, SIEGE, SIEGECom.net, the Interactive Entertainment and Gaming Expo of the Year, as Tino Tech Talks with SIEGE Conference Director Andrew Greenberg.
Andrew, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, you have a big event coming up. SIEGE has a big event coming up. I think a good place to start is talking to our listeners about what SIEGE is and what your goals are.
Oh, absolutely. SIEGE is the Southern Interactive Entertainment and Game Expo, now going into its third year in Atlanta. We attract companies from around the South, and this year we actually have an international track starting up with folks from all over the world calling on in and attending as well. The idea behind the event is to bring together folks, leaders and folks from the trenches on interactive entertainment and game design and game production from all over the region, talk about the issues of concern to them, what they're working on, and bringing everyone's minds together to inspire them to even greater levels of success. It's our third year. The first year was pretty well attended, and it's practically doubled every year since. This year we're expecting 600, 700 attendees, something like that. And we bring in, very interesting, we've always aimed it kind of to be one-third industry professionals, one-third academics, and one-third associated others like lawyers and accountants and voice actors and so forth. And we've been very fortunate, and that's kind of how it's continued to grow.
Well, Georgia has become a central spot in our country for digital media, future media, entertainment. The new tax laws have helped on that in respect to tax credits for investment here in that area. So you're in a great spot. Do you have some primary goals that the event likes to achieve each year?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You're right. This is a great area for this. We've always had the infrastructure but one thing that's been amazing is the talent that's come up through this area. Far too often it's gone elsewhere to work, but we've been trying to, one of our primary goals is to stress the connectedness of the game industry, both the connections here in the area between people doing games and the connections of games to work in school. We try and offer insights on how this interconnectedness can be leveraged by companies and academic institutions And we try and really create an even greater value to the game industry here. It brings in some good money, but we want to make it an even more integral part of the community here in Georgia and in the South, and that's a big part of what Siege is.
Now, when we talk about game, sometimes people may see that as one vertical area, and it's, in the broad sense, it's a vertical area, but there's also a number of elements within that there's a great deal of segmentation that goes on in that area. And I guess that's why you have your tracks that you provide programmatically. So what would the tracks be, or what are some of the highlights in terms of your sessions and your tracks that are going to take place at this event?
Yeah, that's right. We have some of the sessions divided into specific tracks for programmers, or folks interested in the art side of it, folks interested in the business side of it, folks interested in the audio side, the international track. The serious games track is an interesting area. I consider this any game where the primary purpose is something other than entertainment, like games for training, games for education, and so forth. But a lot of the tracks cross over. So while we have sessions, for instance, on how to do iPhone development and the like, it is both programming and design, and really when you're doing iPhone, you're doing everything. So we continue our theme of connections all the way through it. We have connections within the tracks themselves, between the panels, and so forth. So the panels are a great aspect of what happens here, but the panels are often just the jumping off part. We have great panelists doing some of the cutting-edge work in the area, sitting down to talk over what they're doing, and hopefully inspiring both themselves and the audience to continue with the conversation even beyond the sessions.
Well, we have a little bit of time left, but before we run out of time, I want to make sure that you let everyone know when the event is, where it is.
Absolutely. It is October 2nd to 4th at the Crown Plaza Northwest on Powers Ferry Road. Our website is siegecon.net, siegecon.net, and all the information is up there. We start at 3:30 on Friday, October 2nd, with things like iPhone development and actually ways for people to put together teams to make to work on interactive entertainment projects, and let them run all the way through till Sunday evening.
Well, that sounds exciting. Do you have some major speakers lined up?
We do. We've been very fortunate to get Jason De La Roca, who was the executive director of the International Game Developers Association for almost 9 years. This is the one person who knows and has worked with everybody in the industry. And he'll be there talking about the industry, talking about where the industry is going, and a perfect person for our theme of connection. Jim Brazel has been working on the way that games cross over to education, to arts, to math and science, and so forth. Really excellent technology forecaster, talking about the important role that games will have moving forward. We have speakers from a lot of the best colleges working in this area, as well as companies from around the region. CCP, which is based here in Atlanta, do great MMOs for Access, actually out of Maryland. Let's see, Hyra Studios here in town. We folks coming from all around the region, talk great lineup of people.
Well, one more time for our listeners, this sounds like a great event for our TAG members to attend. What's the website one more time?
siegecon.net, siegecon.net.
There you go, another great event in Georgia to support our community, and thanks for your support in helping to put this on. I appreciate you joining me on Tech Talk today.
Thank you for your time. Look forward to having you out there.